The moment this news surfaced, fans across the globe froze in disbelief. How could one of the most celebrated idols of our time, Jungkook of BTS, spend his birthday seemingly alone? In a world where every move of a superstar is scrutinized, this sudden image of solitude struck a chord of unease. Was this just a coincidence, or was there something deeper behind the silence? The question instantly spread like wildfire. Why did Jungkook celebrate his birthday without the presence of the other members? For years, fans have grown accustomed to seeing BTS together during milestones, whether in small gatherings or lavish celebrations. Yet this time, the expected warmth of togetherness was replaced by an atmosphere of quiet. The absence of familiar faces was not just noticed, it was shocking that as images and fragments of information circulated online, speculation intensified. Fans began dissecting every detail: the location, the decorations, even the expression on Jungkook's face. Was he truly alone, or was the celebration simply private? The ambiguity of the moment invited theories that ranged from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Some believed it was a matter of personal choice, while others whispered about possible tensions or circumstances hidden from the public eye. Netizens could not ignore the irony. A global star adored by millions, yet on his own birthday, he appeared surrounded only by silence. This contradiction was both heartbreaking and confusing. Could fame itself create a wall so high that even in moments of joy, one ends up alone? The image clashed with the collective memory of BTS's brotherhood, leaving fans struggling to reconcile what they saw with what they had always believed. The reactions online were immediate and overwhelming. "Where are the other members?" became the most repeated question across fan forums, Twitter threads, and community boards. The tone was not simply curiosity, it was alarm. People demanded answers, not out of gossip, but out of genuine concern. Was Jungkook neglected? Was he intentionally distancing himself? Or was this a temporary scenario blown out of proportion by the speed of social media? Observers quickly pointed out that in the fast-moving digital era, perception can become reality. A single photo without context can ignite a storm of emotions. And in this case, that storm reached global proportions. Every army felt personally invested in the mystery. The image of Jungkook standing alone became more than just a birthday snapshot. It became a symbol of questions no one had yet answered. Adding to the tension was the eerie silence that followed. No immediate words came to soothe the anxious curiosity. Instead, fans were left with fragments, each more puzzling than the last. Could it be that the schedules of the members prevented them from attending? Or was there an unspoken reason why Jungkook's celebration unfolded this way? The lack of clarity only deepened the unease. What made this situation even more emotional was Jungkook's history with birthdays. In past years, celebrations often spilled into the public eye, with warm greetings, shared laughter, and visible unity. The contrast this year could not have been starker, and for fans who had come to treasure those memories, the sudden change felt almost like a rupture in tradition. Yet, perhaps the most haunting aspect of this story is the emotional weight carried by the image of solitude. For a superstar whose life is constantly surrounded by light, cameras, and adoration, the idea of being alone on such an important day raised uncomfortable questions. Was this solitude chosen, or was it imposed by circumstance? And if it was chosen, what message was Jungkook silently sending to the world? The internet, of course, thrives on questions like these. Within hours, trending tags and speculative threads spread across platforms. Some fans attempted to calm the frenzy, suggesting patience and understanding. Others, however, could not help but read between the lines, pointing out symbolic clues that might hint at deeper truths. The debate became a global conversation, one in which every fan felt they had a stake. Still, one fact remained inescapable: the shock of seeing Jungkook's birthday marked without his bandmates. It was a reminder that even in the dazzling world of K-pop, where every detail is curated and every image polished, moments of raw unpredictability can shatter the facade. And when those moments come, they reveal not only the vulnerability of the idols but also the intensity of the bond between artists and their fans. The question continues to hang in the air, heavier with each passing day. Why did Jungkook celebrate his birthday alone? Until clarity emerges, speculation will not cease. For now, what lingers is the unforgettable image of a superstar at the peak of his fame, yet caught in a moment of solitude that the world cannot stop analyzing. because sometimes the silence around an event speaks louder than any statement could. The central issue that must now be addressed is whether the narrative surrounding Jungkook's solitary birthday celebration represents an undeniable truth or merely a carefully orchestrated illusion. Can we, as observers, accept without scrutiny the notion that such a global figure spent his most personal day in isolation? Or should we instead question the reliability of every image, every fragment of video, and every caption that circulates across social platforms? In an era dominated by digital manipulation and rapid information flow, how much of what we see truly reflects reality? It is undeniable that social media thrives on speed rather than accuracy. Platforms such as TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube have transformed into ecosystems where speculation is often rewarded more than verification. Yet how many readers pause to interrogate the origins of the content they consume? Did Jungkook's birthday images genuinely capture a private reality, or were they deliberately framed to provoke emotional reactions? If millions of fans are led to believe an idol was abandoned, who truly benefits from that perception? Consider the dynamics of attention in today's media environment. Sensational narratives generate clicks, comments, and engagement at a scale that sober reporting cannot easily achieve. But at what cost? Are audiences being manipulated into outrage, grief, or sympathy through narratives that may lack substantive grounding? The unsettling possibility is that the collective reaction to Jungkook's supposed solitude may reveal more about the psychology of audiences than about the reality of the event itself. Can we ignore the fact that viral trends often emerge not from verified truths but from calculated strategies? How frequently have we witnessed events amplified, distorted, or even fabricated to satisfy the insatiable appetite for entertainment disguised as news? If this birthday story is indeed an exaggeration, are we not complicit when we share, comment, and speculate without demanding proof? Is the outrage of millions a reflection of authentic concern, or has it been cultivated to serve the mechanisms of digital spectacle? The issue, therefore, is not merely Jungkook's birthday. The true matter at stake is the broader culture of information consumption. Do we approach viral narratives with the skepticism they deserve, or do we surrender too easily to the emotional currents they provoke? Every time we accept an unverified claim, we weaken the boundary between truth and fabrication. Should we not be alarmed at how quickly fiction can masquerade as fact in the contemporary digital sphere? One must also consider the motives of those who circulate such narratives. Was the portrayal of Jungkook's solitude a genuine oversight by his peers, or was it intentionally spotlighted to create controversy? If the latter, then to what extent are audiences being played as instruments in a much larger game of publicity and profit? These are not idle questions. They strike at the heart of how modern celebrity culture operates. Therefore, the most pressing reflection for readers is this: are you confident that you know what truly happened, or are you merely consuming a version of events tailored to stimulate your emotions? Do you recognize the possibility that what feels like truth could, in fact, be fabrication? And if so, what responsibility do you bear as a consumer of such narratives? In light of these uncertainties, it is essential to emphasize that the information surrounding Jungkook's birthday emerges from scattered digital sources. Posts on TikTok, short clips on YouTube, fleeting tweets, and ambiguous online commentaries form the backbone of this story. Yet none of these constitute irrefutable evidence. If this is the foundation upon which global speculation rests, should it not concern us that the truth may be far less dramatic than the story being told? To the reader, the challenge is clear. Reflect carefully. Do you genuinely believe Jungkook was left entirely alone on his birthday? Or do you suspect that the narrative has been exaggerated to ignite public reaction? Could it be that fans are reacting not to facts, but to a staged performance designed to exploit their loyalty and passion? The distinction is vital, for it determines whether this moment is remembered as a tragic reality or as a case study in media sensationalism. Let this serve as a reminder that skepticism is not cynicism. It is a necessary discipline in an age where images can deceive and narratives can be manufactured. Without skepticism, we are vulnerable to manipulation. With it, we reclaim the ability to discern, to question, and to resist the pull of falsehoods. The next time a story of this magnitude arises, will you accept it at face value, or will you demand evidence, context, and truth? For ultimately, the responsibility does not rest solely with media producers, but with every reader and viewer who chooses how to respond. Your judgment, your your critical reflection, and your demand for accountability determine whether sensationalism triumphs or truth prevails. And so the haunting question remains: was Jungkook truly alone? Or are we witnessing the power of narrative over reality? The answer perhaps lies not in the story itself, but in the choices we make as consumers of news.